Hey, loaders, welcome back. We're halfway through the year. It's our June webinar. I'm Chad.
And I'm your co-host, Emma. So what are we going to discuss today, Chad?
So today's topic, similar to last webinar, is really going to be focusing on improving the customer experience, honing in on the W and win together, which is wow the customer. Of course, the I is integrity in action, and the N is need is mutual.
Yeah, so one simple way to ensure a positive customer experience is arriving prepared to handle the orders that you've accepted.
Yes, and a positive review means more orders in your area. Of course, a lot of customers go to the reviews, they read about them, and then they're going to book. So, positive customer experience equals more reviews, equals more order volume in your area. So, the first step to arrive prepared on each order would be,
I don't know. What could it be, Chad?
let me grab this for you. It's bringing a toolbox. This is a basic toolbox on Amazon, guys. Super simple to grab. I highly recommend on all orders, always bring a toolbox. So, with that said, we're going to look at different types of orders on the load board for today. And we're going to focus on reading the special instructions and looking at the pictures. So, let's jump in to the load board. I'm going to open the app. And as we scroll through different available orders, we're going to find our first one here. It's labor hours. So, of course, it's a requirement to bring a helper. However, obviously, if I'm going to bring a washer and a dryer up 3 flights of stairs, you're going to have somebody else do this, and you're not going to want to involve the customer. That's a very negative experience there. One key point about labor hours as well is flight of stairs is included. So, reading the special instructions here, I know what to do and I know how to arrive prepared for that order. Second order we're going to click into is a load size order. So this is booked by the customer. It's a small load size. And when I review the picture, I can clearly see that, yes, this is a small load size. I'll definitely need space on my truck, but easy to handle here, especially with my helper to haul this in and out. Shouldn't take no time. Third order, very common, is when you have a lot of different cataloged items. So no picture in this one. However, if it's all cataloged, I know what I'm getting into. And you'll see the customer was really helpful by highlighting what the small unlisted is. But more importantly, the basketball pole is included with the basketball goal cataloged, which means we have to have enough space on that truck and enough length to provide that pole in the back, because I'm not going to be able to cut it up on this one. I don't have a Sawzall on me, no worries, but I do need that truck bed to have the length for that pole.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was 3 orders there. I'm gonna pass it over to Emma.
Yeah, so we'll look at just a basic assembly order. So doesn't matter what the order is, you should arrive with a toolbox. That's just recommended, so you're prepared. Here we have our most common assembly order, which is mattress, box spring, and bed frame assembly. So definitely need your toolbox. I'm not a professional, but I can't assemble a bed frame without a toolbox. So once we accept that, we're going to note that there are assembly instructions on our pretend order. Customers are not able to book an assembly order without uploading instructions. So once you accept that job, if you see that something's wrong, maybe it's the wrong link to instructions or whatever the issue is, contact dispatch as soon as you can. So that way they can reach out to the customer to make sure you've got the right instructions and you're able to arrive prepared.
Yeah, absolutely. So, a couple key takeaways right there are reviewing special instructions, as well as if there are any photos before clicking accept on the order. Of course, when you arrive prepared, that means you're bringing a toolbox, a helper, and you have the right vehicle with enough capacity to haul away that junk. We don't want to leave items at the customer's residence, and we don't want to have to make multiple trips, extending the customer's experience when they're looking for this to be effortless and very efficient. Okay, so let's go into a new feature that LoadUp is providing, and that's called quote to pay. So quote to pay is actually some sales facing tool. Main takeaways about quote to pay for loaders means we're now eliminating custom job S, custom job M, and custom job L. Do you know what the key difference here that quote to pay will offer when you're looking to book as a sales rep?
What is it?
It's actually going to rewrite the description of the catalog item so you all know exactly what's being cataloged rather than using those little small S, M, and L. So, for example, if I'm booking a house clean out, the catalog item will state house clean out. Or it could be a garage clean out. So rather than having custom job L times two, I'll have garage clean out as the actual item on the order. So when you go to accept this order from a quote to pay tool, you're going to know exactly what your job is rather than trying to guess what a custom job L would be. Does
Yeah.
that sound better for you?
That sounds if I was a loader, that would be wonderful because, yeah, guessing custom job S, M, L, whatever, I'm like, I don't really know what I'm walking into, but if it says house clean out, I kinda get a better idea. Now, another major concern is that loaders obviously like to have photos of the job. Is that something we will require with quote to pay?
Yeah, so we hear this a lot, especially in the Facebook group as well. We will not require photos on the order, but here's why. We don't want to create a barrier for sales for customers. Not every customer is ready to prepare photos at the time of booking. We don't want to lose them on the phone, right? We got to keep that lead hot. So we want to get that order
Yeah.
booked. However, we're always putting the best foot forward to get photos. If you need photos as a loader, what should you do?
So if you need photos, contact dispatch. You can send them a text. Hey, can you send me photos for this job number? If we don't already have the photos, dispatch will reach out to the customer to try to get those photos. There's a number of reasons that customers don't always respond to that. But if they do and they send us photos, we will absolutely upload those to the order and make sure they're shared to you.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. So we actually have a quote to pay order on the load board. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull that back up right now and we're going to go in. So you're going to see I have my orders here. I'm going to look through my available orders, scroll down, and I'll find the one that I created for a quote to pay. So when I click in, again, like I mentioned, that line item says cardboard box removal. So it's a specific line item that I typed in myself as a sales rep. I get the customer photo, it's uploaded. I'm going to zoom in here. Clearly, it's a cardboard box removal. So I didn't have to put custom job S,
Yeah.
N, or L, right? As a loader, I know I can bring my box cutter tools. I need enough space on my truck. I know what I'm getting into. Boom, I'm good to go. I can accept that order. We can carry on. So that's going to be rolling out nationwide. Quote to pay is going to be a very useful tool for our sales reps to manually edit the description of items, providing you guys more clarity on what you are accepting rather than doing custom job S, N, or L.
That's super exciting. I think that streamlines that process really well. I think it eliminates some of the confusion with those custom job titles. So I think that'll be really good.
Absolutely. Well, that's all we have for today's webinar. Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.